One thing I love about doing this is that I'll make a video, people will make comments, and oftentimes people send me replays in response to the comments of the videos, and this is one such replay sent in by Ronan versus the Chaos Dwarfs. He's taken the Wood Elves, which is historically a risky matchup, but let's take a look at what he's got here. So there's the Twilight up in the air with the Waystalker, already starting some skirmishing. Got some Dryads here, charging into some sneaky gets. Front line of mostly Dryads here with some Eternal Guards to back them up. We've got some Way Watchers as well, that elite armor-piercing, long-range, very accurate bow fire will be quite effective here. We've got some Blade Rider Spears as well, and a Branch Wraith for some magic. As for magic for the Chaos Dwarf, Sorcerer Prophet, Lord of Fire, we've got Hashut's Dark Ravagers, the Bull Centaur Regiment of Renown, Goblin Laborers up front with a second line of Chaos Dwarf Warriors, an Iron Demon, and some more Laborers out on the flank here with some Bull Centaur Renders and more Sneaky Gits and Wolf Raiders in the van. They are going to get things going right away with the Dryads, kind of escalating this engagement. Lords on both sides charge in. Get Hashut's Dark Ravagers charging in, a little bit of heals for the Wood Elves. Branch Wraith providing a little Earth Blood there to make sure these units sustain the fight as well as they can. Eternal Guards also piling in. It looks like the Way Watchers are also here, pouring in some missile fire, and terror kicks in for the Hobgoblins. They're going to run for the hills and leave Sisters here to fight Sorcerer Prophet in melee. Dryads also kind of charging in here oblong to try and get into the Laborers. Wolf Raiders in the back just running from Glade Riders, but the Glade Riders also running from Bull Centaurs as Chaos Dwarfs pile in heavy on this side. Maybe a little bit of overblobbing there, but should be able to win out the resource battle on that side. Over here, we're continuing to have a duel between these two big, powerful single entities. Despite the fact that Bull Taurus is seemingly much smaller, it definitely is going to be a reasonably decent combatant against the Sisters, although currently right now kind of getting owned. A little bit of Cascading Fire Cloak there for extra melee defense and armor-piercing damage, but going to be taking that bow fire, as mentioned, which will be quite dangerous. If the Bull Centaurs, though, can get in the fight here, along with the Sorcerer Prophet, obviously, in support, that'd be pretty good. I almost might just charge the Sorcerer Prophet into these Glade Riders here so that you can get the support of those Bull Centaurs. Maybe charge the Waystalker directly as well to try and shut him down. As it is, he's going to be outputting some pretty nice damage, but Iron Demon ran into the back line there and is getting shut down quite nicely, just surrounded by Light Cavalry, Branch Wraith. You can see one of the Waystalkers shooting point blank, Way Watchers rather. Yeah, so they've been kind of getting pressured by the Iron Demon a little bit, but also providing plenty of damage as it continues to push through. Even if the Light Cavalry aren't able to fully stop it up, they can at the very least slow it down fairly considerably. But the Sorcerer Prophet pulls back. He's going to start to rally the troops a little bit, try and get more of a cohesive push together. He's got units kind of spread out all over the place, and relying quite a bit on this infantry means that he's going to need to play it patient. Sorcerer Prophet himself, though, will continue to take damage from the Sisters as he kind of has to run away there. So Twilight still have plenty of ammunition, and the Iron Demon goes down in the back line, so already the Chaos Dwarfs losing some key pieces, but still plenty of value online yet. Hobgoblin and Wolf Raiders threatening these Way Watchers in the back line, getting some really nice damage on the Bull Centaurs as they charge through. Bull Centaurs, of course, normally would be more than a match for the Glade Riders, and the Glade Riders are going to be well sacrificed here in order to hold them back, but Dryads, the Sisters also rare charging in there. Actually should be able to, terrify away and win out against those Bull Centaurs. This little pocket of Way Watchers standing firm here is definitely being threatened, but as the threats come in, they're kind of coming in sort of one at a time to a degree, which allows them to then focus fire and allocate resources in order to countercharge fairly effectively here. The Hashut's Dark Ravagers just taking nasty volleys. They probably could have cut in the charge already, but still, little burning head there. Not really going to hit too much. Hashut's Dark Ravagers, again, perhaps missing out on the opportunity. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to charge down these Dryads. It looked like they maybe had a clean break, try and get on those Way Watchers and outflank those Eternal Guards, but instead, just moving on into the Dryads. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense to clean up these very tattered routing units, but honestly, if you shut down these Way Watchers here, that's a significant amount of the Wood Elves' killing power lost. They'd be reliant almost completely on the Sisters of Twilight to carry the game at that point. So Again, running from Dryads, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to use their missile attacks on the Sisters of Twilight. Regardless, the Dwarf Infantry here, Chaos Dwarf Infantry, is pushing forward. Should be able to tangle with that Eternal Guard. At least keep these Way Watchers screened away for the time being. Way Watchers just using their ammunition on whatever they can. But the Sorcerer Prophet actually just goes down in melee here. Well, I say goes down in melee. He's been getting shot by the Sisters of Twilight, no doubt. Who are going to now perhaps switch their fire onto the Hash's Dark Ravagers. The Dark Ravagers are trying to throw their axes like straight vertically up in the air. And I don't know if they actually can. It looks like they're struggling to, or maybe they're just getting caught up fighting the Dryads in melee. Nice little breath attack down on them there, and yeah, starting to run out of steam a little bit. The Way Watchers, very long range, allows them to put shots into the Dark Ravagers at such a great distance, and it's looking pretty grim for Chaos Dwarfs at this point. They are moving in to try and take out these heroes, but a few kind of missed opportunities, key opportunities there, where, again, maybe it doesn't end up working out, but I think given their melee DPS, if you just one good charge in there, you could probably shut down one unit of Way Watchers, especially considering how close they are to the white line. They've had to kite back a fair distance. You could probably chase them off the side here pretty quickly if you were able to get that break. So, again, not trying to criticize too harshly, obviously. This Chaos Dwarf player is playing Ronin, who is one of the best land battle players right now, I would say, currently playing, at least from what I've seen. He's up there. Maybe not one of the best. Maybe he would dispute that, but certainly very, very good. So, not easy at all, but when you're playing a player that good, you really have to be mindful of those opportunities and take them when they arise. Extra mindful in a way. Because you are playing someone who will not give you many opportunities. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes in order to open up those avenues for you. But here, Way Watchers used up most of their ammunition. They're going to continue to get pressured here, but looks like army losses is kicking in for the Chaos Dwarfs, and it's going to be victory for the Wood Elves and for Ronin. Yeah, Sipa, the Chaos Dwarf player there. Honestly, the biggest thing that could have changed it, I think, is the one opportunity to maybe charge the Hash's Ravagers into the Way Watchers there. If you're able to shut them down, that would have made a huge difference for sure in that late game. I mean, the Sorcerer Prophet's still mostly doomed, and it's likely that you're not able to kill the Sisters of Twilight, so it's not like it's a guaranteed win at that point, but I just think it puts the odds a little bit better in favor for the Dark Elves. But as it is, the Way Watchers are able to feast on some pretty intense value. Same thing with Sisters of Twilight. They're mostly unopposed here. Not really facing any really intense direct threats, honestly. Besides, you know, once the Sorcerer Prophet himself is shut down, which, again, on the lesser Taurus, it's not quite enough killing power to actually go toe-to-toe, especially with the missile attacks involved. Waystalker also paying for himself, very cost-effective there. Dryads, an interesting choice here. You might think not to take them because they're weak to fire, but they actually are very effective against the Hobgoblin and Goblin Labor Infantry, so makes a lot of sense. Blade Riders used well as kind of supporting elements here on the Chaos Warriors of Dwarfs side. Yeah, I mean, decent value spread all around. I don't hate the pick of the sneaky gets. They are pretty vulnerable here, but at the same time, the Vanguard and a little bit of extra DPS against unarmored infantry targets is pretty nice to have. I don't know. I think I probably would still go with more light cavalry, though. Maybe a second Iron Demon if it's allowed under the rules, like 2 Iron Demons, 2 Centaurs, and then 4 Hobgoblins, and just full blitz, you know, try and get forward as quickly as possible. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. To be honest, I'd probably get absolutely wrecked by Ronin right now. I'm quite rusty, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.